Foot detox naturally pull toxins out of the body through pores in the bottom of the feet. The body lymphatic system flushes toxins out of the body through pores in the bottom of the feet. The lymphatic system gets rid of infections and toxins in the body. The lymphatic system is a network of tissues and organs that transport lymph throughout the body. Its responsibilities include cleaning the cellular environment, returning proteins and excess tissue fluids to the blood, providing a pathway for the absorption of fats into the bloodstream, and the production and transporting of antibodies, white blood cells called lymphocytes, throughout the body to fight infection. The lymphatic system removes infections and other toxins from the blood. A sick body is a toxic and infected, or soon-to-be infected body. Arguably every chronic disease and every infection is indicative of an overwhelmed lymphatic system. When the system is overwhelmed, the body is overwhelmed. With any chronic illness, getting well includes improving lymphatic function. The lymphatic system removes infections and other toxins from the blood. A sick body is a toxic and infected, or soon-to-be infected body. Arguably, almost every chronic disease and every infection are indicative of an overwhelmed lymphatic system. All lymphatic disorders equate to a slow-moving, less efficient lymphatic system. This immediately leads to toxic blood and tissue with cancerous and otherwise sickly cells that should have been filtered out. A foot detox filters and get rid of infections in the body. Symptoms of a sluggish lymphatic system. Humans have twice as much lymph fluid in the body as blood. Unlike the circulatory system, the lymphatic system does not have a pump. To move, lymph relies on blood pressure and the relaxation, and the contraction of the muscles and joints. Our lymphatic system can easily become stagnant, especially when it becomes overwhelmed with toxic debris. The combination of a toxic lifestyle and lethargy is a recipe for chronic disease. All things in nature have a natural progression. When this progression is inhibited, health deteriorates. Think of a river. A healthy river runs clean and clear compared to stagnant water. Imagine them clogged and the resulting backup. Picture an engine and car oil, and you can equate our lymphatic system to an oil filter. Imagine how sluggish and constrictive the engine would be if the oil wasn't constantly filtered. Sluggish lymph fluid is a breeding ground for infection. Stagnant lymph interferes with every system of the body. Because lymph cleanses nearly every cell in the body, symptoms of chronic lymph blockage are diverse. While most people prefer to identify one specific cause of a disease, there are rarely fewer than 3 and can often be hundreds. The point is, if the body is unhealthy, the lymph is unhealthy, too. If the body is sick, the lymph is sick, too. Symptoms of lymphatic congestion include soreness, stiffness, achiness in the mornings, arthritis, lethargic, drained, sluggishness, bloating, water retention, itchy skin, bad skin, dryness, acne, premature aging, etc. Breast swelling or soreness with hormonal cycles. chronic headaches and/or migraines, cellulite, cancer, diabetes, chronic inflammation. Any disease leads to a taxed lymphatic system, and a healthy lymphatic system is necessary to eliminate any disease. Our blood contains red blood cells that deliver oxygen around the body, white blood cells that fight infections, platelets that help you stop bleeding if you get a cut, and plasma. Plasma is the liquid portion of blood. It's a yellowish liquid in the blood that suspends the red blood cells and carries nutrients and oxygen throughout the body. Plasma contains water, salt, enzymes, immunoglobulins, antibodies, hormones, clotting factors, and plasma proteins. Interstitial fluid, also known as tissue fluid, was plasma before it entered tissue. Interstitial fluid is a solution that bathes and surrounds the tissue cells. Tissue fluid and blood are not the same, and not all of the contents of blood pass into tissue. Red blood cells, platelets, and some of the plasma proteins do not pass through capillaries. The resulting mixture that does get through is, in essence, blood plasma minus its clotting agents and some of its proteins. The lymph was interstitial fluid before it became lymph. Lymphatic anatomy. The lymphatic system is made up of lymph capillaries, vessels, and nodes, the spleen, thymus, tonsils, Peyer's patches, and lymphocytes, white blood cells. Red bone marrow is also a part of the lymphatic system. We have hundreds of lymph nodes. Lymph nodes can be found all around the lungs and heart, in the gut, in the armpits and groin, and pretty much all over the body. Blood pressure causes plasma liquid to leak into tissues, and this pressure causes excess fluid in those tissues to move into the lymph capillaries. As this fluid leaves the cells, it takes cellular waste products and used proteins with it. The lymphatic capillaries pick up approximately 20% of the fluid that was delivered to the interstitial space. The venous system picks up about 80% of the fluid in the interstitial space. The unique structure of the lymphatic capillaries permits interstitial fluid to flow into them but not out. Blood pressure, temperature, the activity of muscle and joints, diaphragmatic breathing, and pulsation of adjacent arteries all cause lymph to move up to the subclavian veins at the base of the neck. Valves and pressure keep lymph moving in the right direction. Along the way, the fluid is interrupted by lymph nodes that filter dust, cancer cells, pathogens, and other unwanted matter. Lymph nodes also produce lymphocytes, white blood cells. The spleen, tonsils and red bone marrow help produce lymphocytes as well. The spleen, which is about the size of our fist, is the largest lymphatic organ. It is similar in structure to a lymph node, but it filters blood, not lymph. The spleen contains two main types of tissue, white pulp and red pulp. White pulp is lymphatic tissue containing white blood cells, B and T cells. T cells attack pathogens, such as bacteria and viruses, while B cells make antibodies that fight infections. Red pulp tissue removes old and damaged red blood cells and stores platelets. It also produces red blood cells in unborn babies and when certain diseases are present. The thymus is both a lymphatic organ and an endocrine gland. The thymus plays a major role in immune system development, starting before birth. Unlike other organs, the thymus reaches its functional peak and largest size during childhood. After puberty, the thymus reduces in size, replaced by fat. Tonsils are a familiar lymphatic cluster. Their position, hanging from the mouth and pharynx, allows them to be the first line of defense against inhaled and swallowed foreign bodies and toxins. The final goal of the lymphatic system is to recirculate lymph back into the plasma of the bloodstream. There are two specialized lymphatic structures at the end of the lymphatic system, called the lymph trunks and ducts. Lymph ducts empty lymph into one of the subclavian veins. There are two lymph ducts, the right lymphatic duct and the thoracic duct. The right drains lymph from the right upper limb, the right side of the thorax, and the right halves of the head and neck. The thoracic duct drains lymph into the circulatory system between the left subclavian and the left internal jugular veins. Lymphatic trunks are large lymph vessels that are made up of the convergence of many efferent lymph vessels. There are 5 sets of lymph trunks. Jugular lymph trunks located in the neck. Subclavian lymph trunks located beneath the clavicle. Bronchomediastinal lymph trunks located in the chest. Lumbar lymph trunks drain lymph fluid from the legs, pelvic region, and kidneys. The intestinal lymph trunk receives chyle, lymph mixed with fats, from the intestines and receives lymph from the stomach, pancreas, spleen, and liver. Lymphatic trunks drain lymph fluid into the lymph ducts, the final part of the lymphatic system. The gastrointestinal lymphatic system. After filtration by the lymph nodes, efferent lymphatic vessels take lymph to the end of the lymphatic system to recirculate lymph back into the plasma of the bloodstream. The intestinal lymphatic system serves vital functions in the regulation of tissue fluid homeostasis, keeping tissue properly hydrated, immune surveillance, and transportation of fats and other nutrients into plasma. When the gut's not healthy, the body is not healthy. A sluggish and toxic gut will slow the lymph's ability to provide clean, infection-free blood, and fats will not as easily be absorbed and assimilated, causing weight gain and poor cellular health that can lead to an array of problems from diabetes to cancer. Edema, or edema, swelling. Those results when tissues cannot drain fluid into the lymphatic system quickly enough. Lymphedema, caused by a blockage in the lymphatic system, part of the immune and circulatory systems. Lymphedema is most commonly caused by lymph node removal or damage due to cancer treatment. Elephantiasis, medically known as lymphatic filariasis, a condition characterized by enlargement of an area of the body, typically the limbs. It looks like a severe case of edema, and it is. Glandular fever, a type of viral infection that mostly affects young adults. Symptoms include tender lymph nodes. Hodgkin's disease, a type of cancer of the lymphatic system. Tonsillitis, infection of the tonsils in the throat. Lymphadenopathy occurs when the lymph nodes swell due to infections. Viral infections like measles, rubella, glandular fever, and HIV may also cause lymphadenopathy of the lymph nodes. Lymphadenitis. Inflammation of the lymph nodes is usually caused due to infections. Filariasis. An infection of the lymphatic channels by a worm or parasite. Splenomegaly. Swelling of the spleen due to a viral infection like infectious mononucleosis. A foot detox help restore the lymphatic system to optimum health. Doctors in Europe and the Far East recognize the importance of lymphatic function and how it supports detoxification and every other system in the body, including the immune, digestive, and nervous systems. Natural practitioners know that poor lymph health underlies most health conditions from poor skin to cancer. By contrast, conventional practitioners in America don't even consider the lymphatic system until a lymph deficiency shows up, such as a swollen lymph node, cancer developing in a lymph gland, or obvious signs of lymph blockage. And of course, when something does go seriously wrong with the lymphatic system, Western conventional doctors typically say the ailment is incurable. This is not true. A tight-fitting bra and underwire bras will impede normal lymphatic flow. Make sure bras fit properly and avoid underwires. Go braless whenever possible. Speaking of deodorants, they need to be all natural. Conventional deodorants, especially antiperspirants, inhibit lymph detoxification. On a side note, it's no wonder, understanding how the body works, that antiperspirants do lead to breast cancer. We need to sweat, and that sweat leads to an ecosystem of flora on the skin that can promote good health or bad health. Your body is a collection of organs that ideally work in harmony with one another. The lymphatic system keeps organs healthy, but an unhealthy organ, or many unhealthy organs, will overload the lymphatic system. Most people with a slow lymphatic system have a leaky gut. Most people with any health problems have an overly permeable gut, allowing undigested particles and toxins to enter the blood and lymph. The first step for almost anyone experiencing health problems should be a foot detox. If your body has toxins, the intestinal trunk receives the lymph from the stomach, intestine, pancreas, spleen, and liver. None of these organs will be well if the digestive system is in turmoil. The diet for a healthy lymphatic system and a healthy human body includes far more fresh, raw vegetables than anything else. Aloe vera. Dice an aloe leaf into small pieces, then boil in a gallon of water, then let it stand till it cool and refrigerate. Have a glass of aloe juice at least once a day. Most of us do not get enough water. Clean water is imperative for lymphatic health, too. Water is vital to life. Lack of water inhibits lymph from flowing smoothly. If you have a sluggish lymphatic system, I'd recommend a foot detox. Cranberries emulsify fat, which helps break down excess fat so the lymphatic vessels can carry it away. Cranberry also helps the kidneys, which helps with overall hydration. Leafy greens are cleansing. Chlorophyll, the green nutrient that captures sunlight, has powerful cleansing properties and beneficial effects on the blood and thus on lymph fluid as well. Look for dark greens like kale, spinach, wheatgrass, barley grass, turnip greens, dandelion leaves, broccoli, and mustard greens. Garlic boosts immune function, chelates heavy metals and some other toxins, and kills harmful microbes. Anything that boosts immune function will take a load off of the lymphatic system. Ginger reduces inflammation, and like garlic, ginger is also antimicrobial. Turmeric is related to ginger. It also helps reduce inflammation, thins the blood, improves circulation, and is a well-known and very effective cancer fighter. Fresh produce has many different benefits for the lymphatic system and the whole body, but enzymes are critical to good health. More enzymes in the diet mean more enzymes are available to the body to break down food and fibrin, which allows for easier flow of blood and lymph. Lymphatic supplemental support. Systemic enzymes help to restore lymphatic transport capacity and break down undesired excess proteins that contribute to swelling and inflammation. Systemic enzymes also remove debris throughout the body that slows down circulation. Golden seal and astragalus are excellent lymphatic systems and blood cleansers that also boost the immune system. Echinacea alleviates congestion and swelling in the body, and it boosts the immune system. Echinacea will ward off bacterial, fungal, and viral infections. Echinacea helps strengthen certain kinds of cells in the lymph nodes called macrophages, which are responsible for getting the toxins out of the lymph. Aloe vera is a natural cleansing food that encourages, supports, and increases lymphatic circulation. Lymphatic massage. We all love a good massage, and a massage will help with the lymphatic system. Foot detox massage by specifically targeting the flow of lymph in the body. With rhythmic circular movements at just the right pressure to stimulate the lymph, this kind of massage can encourage lymph movement. Lymphatic massage has been proven to push up to 78% of stagnant lymph back into circulation, which mobilizes toxins for clearance, lessening the burden on the body. Yoga increases the flow of the lymph. Inverted positions, stretching and contracting the core, and other positions involving stretching are all very beneficial to the lymphatic system. Running and jogging get the lymph moving. Sweating and breathing heavily also improve lymph conditions. Be sure to breathe properly. Foot detox eliminates chronic illness and heal the lymph. We start with cranberry juice and aloe vera juice. We add lots of raw vegetables and herbs to our dinners as well. For instance, the rice and beans go great with chopped tomatoes and avocado, diced onions and garlic, and shredded turmeric and ginger. Eat raw herbs and cooked herbs together for maximum health benefits. To help clear out a sluggish lymphatic system, get more exercise, get a foot detox, eat more produce and drink lots of cranberry aloe juice. For chronic illness, a holistic approach that involves fitness, diet, and supplementation is in order. Sometimes people seem to be doing everything else right, but their bodies won't get healthy until they start moving. For a clogged lymphatic system, foot detox may be critical to get things moving freely. For most other health issues, exercise is more of an option, one with benefits but not necessary. If you find your lymph system to be sluggish, you need a foot detox to get rid of infections in the body.